Hi, everyone. So today I am going to be presenting my dissemination of research via PowerPoint, and I'm going to be discussing it on video. So I'm just going to read my PICO statement out to get started. My PICO statement was, so a patient comes in for a dental cleaning and an exam and presents with generalized gingivitis. They also present with generalized heavy plaque scores of 1 to 3 and have generalized moderate subgingival and interproximal calculus throughout the dentition. The patient has been told by friends that water flossers can be a great alternative for traditional floss, and it is also just as good at removing plaque and reducing gingival inflammation as using traditional floss would be. So some of the inclusion criteria for my search strategy included words such as gum disease, gingivitis, periodontal pockets, probing depths, hard deposits, calculus, water pick, waxed/unwaxed floss, and heavy smoker. This study was done in the fashion of a randomized controlled clinical trial. This type of study is also a primary research data form because it's a PubMed article. So I'm going to summarize the methodology of this article. So the sample group consisted of 83 people, and they were between the ages of 18 and 50. The participants had to present with fair or poor oral hygiene and had to at least have 20 teeth present in the dentition to be scored. Those doing the examinations had to take baseline plaque score data on each person prior to conducting the study. The study was done in a split mouth approach, meaning one half of the mouth was flossed with Oral-B unwaxed floss, and the other half of the mouth was done with the cordless water pick. These sections were randomly assigned by coded sheets, and the same examiners performed a plaque score assessment following the initial baseline data, and they compared the baseline to the split mouth of the unwaxed and the water pick to see the comparison of results afterwards. So I'm relating the article to my PICO client because the client I'm applying this to both have fair and poor oral health, more on the fair side. However, that still meets the criteria. And they also have over 20 teeth to ensure the adequacy of results. So the results of the research consisted of pre-flossing scores for the wax floss group had a mean of 110, and the water pick group had a mean of 0.94. So they're not too far between each other. The mean scores post-flossing consisted of both 0.12 for the water pick and unwaxed flossing groups. So this means that both results were quite accurate and similar in the effectiveness of removing plaque. The p-value was at 0.585, meaning that there was no great statistical difference in the results of both compared flossing methods. And to put the reduction percentage into perspective for both types of flossers, the water pick reduction percentage was 87.23%, and the unwaxed floss reduction was 89.09%. So although the water pick was slightly less effective, it was still 80% effective, and the unwaxed floss was 89% effective. So they are very close to each other. And there is no real significant difference in the efficacy of both flossing products. The study was only done, so there is no long-term evidence, and the accuracy will stay the same. To do a study like this, it's kind of a limitation to do it more than once as a long-term study because it can be time-consuming and could also be costly to have these assessors continue to do the plaque assessing. So this study was very generalized, including participants from many age ranges and oral health statuses. So this can kind of give coverage to more than just a specific group of people, but anyone who has fair to poor oral health and has a fair amount of teeth left in their dentition. This may not be an accurate study for client cases with specific oral health issues that aren't related to plaque accumulation. However, my PICO statement was based off of plaque accumulation. So this could be accurate for my PICO statement. So bias towards a certain flossing aid may be present from the person conducting the study. However, we don't know this. So in relation to a scientific basis for recommendation for our clients, there is a scientific basis. The study showed that the water pick was 87.23% effective, and the traditional floss was 89.09% effective when removing interproximal plaque. And although traditional floss is still most effective, water pick could be a close second from what I'm gathering from this data. So to conclude, this study does help answer my questions for my client on the efficacy of both the water pick and traditional floss. And their friend seemed to be correct that both of them are about equally as good at removing plaque as the other. However, traditional floss still wins. The client falls under the requirements of the participants who were studied, and it should be accurate for this client's inquiries. And so to conclude, I'm going to say that this study proves the friend's theory to be mostly correct. Thank you. Okay, there's my references there. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye for now.